So I'm back at the allotment and I'm going to try and do the tour again. I hope you can see me, the lighting isn't great. It's a little bit windy, but it's dry. Love the orange and the purple together. I think it looks gorgeous. There are people around, so that's why I'm a little bit quieter. But this is my herb and flower bed this year. Lavender. Lots of different flowers. Cosmos, love in a mist, stock, sunflowers. There's dill in here that I grow for the flower. I let it go to seed. Cornflowers, zinnias, borage. These snapdragons overwintered and they've been going for weeks now. So everything is looking a lot greener from the last time I did a tour. Here, just here, I put some black plastic and sand down and I put all my herbs in pots. First sunflowers, these dwarf sunflowers. They've put so many trains on now. I've been here maybe 5 minutes and 4 trains have gone past already. So my gladioli are starting to flower, look. That means the flowers are coming soon. There is a big lack of bees at the moment. So yeah, lots of pots with lots of herbs in. I've got more to bring from home. Got some daisies that my neighbour gave me. I planted loads of zinnias, loads, and I might have about 5 or 6. I have sown some more and they're coming, but I don't know if they'll come to anything. You can see a little bee there on that borage, but I thought this would be absolutely buzzing by now. This is Amy here and it's got black fly, but I'm not bothered because at least then it stays off my beans. Little pops of colour appearing everywhere now. This nasturtium is called Bloody Mary. This is called Phlox Creme Brulee and it's got that pale purple. And I grew a load of these as well, and I've got 3 plants. I've got 2 creme brulee and I've got where is it, that purple one there, and that is tapestry. But again, I had a lot of plants and I've left with 3. The slugs ate them all. But the borage is doing well. I need to pick some of those flowers and freeze them in ice cubes. Jerusalem artichokes are doing amazing. I keep cutting them down and they keep on coming again. This is the fruit bed here, which has not done very well this year. But I'm putting that down to the wood chip and the weather. These are new strawberry plants and they're sending out runners, so hopefully I should have lots of strawberries next year. I'm going to be moving the monster poppy to give the strawberries more room and to sort the path out then. I did have 2 gooseberries on here, but they've gone. And finally, the rhubarb is doing really well. I might get a couple of sticks of rhubarb this year. A couple of sunflowers there, and another gooseberry bush. I have been weeding the bindweed this year, terrible. This hopefully is going to turn into compost. Just covered all the weeds in black plastic, so I might have some compost for next year. I've got some flowers here. This is autumn lollipop, sunflowers, borage and cosmos down the bottom here. I have my perennial Barrington leeks going to seed, so I'll have plenty of seed again next year. Bindweed's gone mad. Here I've just made a little flower patch and borage and lavender mist. And then I've got my Brassica cage, and this has been the best thing of the year so far. My Brassica cage, they have done amazing. I have had a few kohlrabi from there, but I've had lots and lots of Tuscan kale. I've got some broccoli growing, can you see that? How amazing is that? And some cabbages. I've got some self-seeded chamomile. Then there's Romanescos, more kohlrabi. There's some red cabbages there and kale. But yeah, it's doing really, really well in here. I have been tidying here. I've shortened the black plastic, and I'm just, every time I find stones I put them here. I need to paint the shed, that's something I've got round to yet, but I will paint the shed. I've tidied the front of it and put some slabs here and a little caravan bird house. My seashells and acorn feeder. Now then, these are my blackcurrant bushes. I've also got a gooseberry bush here. I was going to move these over, but I'm not. I'm going to keep them here, and I'll just cover them. I got a few berries off these, but the birds had them, which I don't mind. But I put wood chip under here as well. So I'm just going to give these a load of feed. These are strawberries that I missed, but I didn't get many strawberries off them. Okay, so this is like my salady bed. So I had broad beans here as well, and they got annihilated by black fly, so I pulled them up. Dwarf beans just don't work on my plot. I'm not doing them again. I have tried 3 times now, and it's not worth it. So anyway, I've got beetroot left in here now, and these beetroot here where the beans were looking really pathetic, so I'm hoping they'll take off now that I've moved the beans. These are doing better than multi-sown. I did sow some chard as well, but I think I've only got 1 chard plant. I don't know, we'll see. Bit of lettuce left, and I had some rocket there. It's gone to flower already, but it just looks pretty, so I'm leaving them. I grew wild rocket and salad rocket, and I know one is perennial, so I've got just a tiny teeny one down here that hasn't gone to seed, so I know that's the perennial one. And I've also got rhubarb growing. That monstrosity is my son's den, but I don't care, it keeps him busy when he's here. But we're going to actually move that. So here I wanted wildflowers this year. That hasn't happened. I'll just tidy this bit up, but I have been tidying this back bit here because this is where the committee want the path. So I've cleared it all. There is soil and dirt and everything underneath these twigs and trees and everything, but they're going to get a wood chipper here, so I will, when they get that, I will move all this now, so they can turn it into wood chip and just tidy it up, and then they can have their path there. That stick is where I'm going to put the path to that stick down there. It might be a bit too wide, I'm not sure. But anyway, I've cut all the brambles down, all the nettles, and then I've got this chicken mesh. I was just measuring to see if I had enough, and I'm going to put like a wind barrier here. We're not going to have fences, so they can't say it's a fence, but I'm going to put like a wind barrier here so people know where the path is and where my plot is. This is a new compost pile that I'm making, and I will cover that in black plastic as well, so I'll have some nice compost next year or this winter. I've moved the bug hotel here right next to the comfrey plant because the bees absolutely love the comfrey, and I've just started putting all sorts there, and I've got a little insect drinking station on top. This bed here I had all my onions in and wild garlic, and the onions didn't come to anything this year because it was just too wet, but I've planted my Egyptian walking onions. They are perennial onions, they're called Egyptian walking onions. This is my wild garlic here that's gone over. I let it go to seed and it just dies down. These were some perennial onions as well. I replanted them, but they've done nothing. And then here I've put some salady leaves. I've got spinach, baby leaf kale, lettuces, and salad leaves. So we'll see if that comes to anything. In this bed I have potatoes. So these are my main crop, Cara. They're not quite ready to harvest yet. They can stay in a bit longer. And this empty bit here, I had 6 Charlotte potatoes. Best harvest I've had in years. I have bags of potatoes at home, and I was given 6 more potatoes. Not sure what kind they are. So I'm being hit on the head by a tree. Not sure what kind they are, but I've planted them, and hopefully they won't get blight. And then I might have some potatoes ready for Christmas. Just in front of the bug hotel here I have got my butternut squash and pumpkin bed. This here is my sage, and I didn't think it was going to make it, but look at it, it's looking beautiful, so I'm going to leave it there because the cuttings I took didn't take, and I'd be out without sage, so I'm glad I've got it. So then, mixed bag on this bed. These pumpkins in this corner over here and butternut squash are doing amazing, but these this side are not. So I don't know if that side there is getting more sun than this side. I don't know, but they are slowly taking off now. Just need some bees. I've snuck a little borage in there because the bees absolutely love it, and I'm hoping then they'll see the flowers on the squash. I have been going around with a little paintbrush trying to hand pollinate them, but you know, the bees, that's what they do in it, that is their job, they're very good at it. Oh, I've just seen a bee in one of the flowers. Yay! Oh, good. Don't know if you can see it. There is a bee whipping in and out of there. See him? Yay! Or her. Oh, I might get some butternut squash and pumpkins this year. This bed was my asparagus and perennial leek bed, and I've done nothing with it. I've got some asparagus growing, but I will just cover this, and then next year I will turn this into something. This part I'm just going to leave covered till next year, and hopefully that plastic will do its job and help keep the weeds down, so it'll be easy to work next year. This is my summer squash bed with all my lovely flowers. Oh, let me come around the other way. So at the front here I've got all these flowers, which I love having here. I've had flowers here for years now, because I just think it's nice when I'm sat by the shed and I can see all these pretty flowers. This is my summer squash bed. I have been pruning a few leaves, and hope, because it's rained, I left them there thinking maybe the slugs would go after them instead of my squash here. I've left one little yellow patty pan that didn't pollinate there, so hopefully they will eat that and not the ones on the plants. These are big battered. So I've got 2 patty pan yellow ones here, the little UFO flying saucer things my son calls them. I haven't had any of them yet. Behind it I have a yellow courgette. I've had a few off that now, not massive ones, but I have. Then there is a green ball squash here, and that is doing amazing. That's the best one so far. Then just behind it I have a yellow ball squash, which I haven't been able to have any of that yet. It seems the green ones do better than the yellow ones, but I do prefer the yellow ones taste wise. So as you can see, I have been cutting. I cut them to get more air circulation around the plants. I cut the leaves. This one I've tied in, and I've started growing it up the pole. So I just want the bees to find the flowers. So that's why I cut the leaves off. The cherry tree has started growing again. And this is my sweet pea arch. They haven't reached the top, but I'm super impressed with them, and I have had so many sweet peas. I've been picking bunches nearly every other day for me and my dad. I've got a flower bed down here at the back of the Brassica cage, and that is a Bloody Mary nasturtium. It's gorgeous, beautiful burgundy colours, and I've got a lot of calendula coming and borage. Here I've got a load of leeks, and I gave them a feed the other day before it rained, and I weeded them, and look at all that, weeds come back again, but they look bigger and greener since it's rained, and I've fed them, so that's good. In this little cloche tunnel here I had the last of the kohlrabi. They didn't survive, the slugs absolutely annihilated them, so I pulled them up and I put my swede in there. I came last night in the rain late, about 8:30 at night, to do some slug control. I don't know what's happening to this plot. I don't know what's happened to the people. I've tried to find out, but nobody seems to know. I've been cutting the heads off the thistles, the flowers, so they don't go to seed. I've got a few more to do there. I hope they're okay. I love these people, they're lovely. Right then, so at the end of all these beds and at the top of all the beds I've planted flowers. These are calendula, they've just self-seeded, but I have got some sunflowers. And then my timings haven't been quite right this year, because of the season being a lot later and pesky slugs. I have had things available, so when I've had blank little spaces in the ground or empty ground, I've had stuff to put in to plug. Now then, every year I usually grow celery and celeriac, but I have really scaled it down this year. But my plot neighbour, well, not even my plot neighbour, he's over by my old plot that I gave up, and he had some celeriac and celery. So he had 6 celeriacs spare and 6 celery, and he was like, they're pot bound. I don't know if they'll do anything, but you're more than welcome to have them. So I said, yes please. So they're looking nice, they're a bit pale but they're greening up now. Then underneath this kosh tunnel I have planted some more beetroot. Hopefully they will come, and then I'll have a bit of a succession as well. Here I have got 2 rows of peas growing up these nets, but the pigeons and the birds totally annihilated them even though I covered them. I have got 1, 2, 3, I've got about 5 plants and I have got some peas growing, so I'll get a handful of peas this year. So the plan was when the peas would be done and dusted by now, and I was going to rip them all up and then I was going to plant beans or plant something else, but that hasn't gone quite to plan. So yeah, I was going to plant bush beans here. So I planted some flowers and then I planted a couple of bush beans here. And then once the peas are done, I don't want to leave the ground empty, so I'm going to put some like oriental leaves or something, like some winter leaves in that do better when it's cold. So at the end of the bed here I have got some calendula, sunflowers, cosmos and stock. Here I've got snapdragon, stock and sunflowers. Oh, why is that sunflower not doing very well? Looks a bit sad, doesn't it? What's happened to it? It's funny because it's got plenty of water. Oh no. I'll put a stick there and tie it in. Oh, one of my peas have come down. Oh look, that pea is ready. Oh yay, look at that guys. Look at those, my first peas of the season. Yay! First peas of 2024. Oh, I'm so chuffed. I'm going to go and have a look if there's any more left and take them home, because this is my son's favourite thing. I have planted a load of Nicotiana tobacco plants, and I forgot how big they actually grow. So this row will stay flowers. More flowers on the end of this bed here. I'm not sure what they are, I just had a load of seed and I chucked them in. I know there's cosmos. I put some more sunflowers here. Oh, I hope that one's okay. I'm going to put a stick in it and tie it. Maybe it don't like being shaken around. Hope there's not an ant's nest underneath its roots. This is my cucumber bed, and this has also been a disaster because it's so cold, and cucumbers like a little bit of heat. This is an outdoor variety, or these are outdoor varieties. I do Market More and La Diva. The Market More are coping better with this cold weather than the La Diva. I had 16 plants growing. I've got 7 left here now, and I gave 1 to my niece. So either the weather or the slugs killed them. In front of the cucumbers, I sowed a load of marigold seeds because I know slugs absolutely love marigolds, and I thought, oh, they'll eat the marigolds rather than the cucumbers. But look, some have actually managed to survive. There are gaps, but I don't mind. I've got a couple of leeks. Oh, look at that, there's a bumblebee on that one. Sorry guys. I'm just so happy to see the bees. There should be a lot more. But I just leave those self-seeded leeks because I think they're pretty. And then behind them I've got sweet peas, sunflowers. At the end of the bed there I have got more flowers. This has actually turned out to be quite a big bed. But don't mind, I've got a lot of growing in this, and it's amazing what you can just grow in a space this small really. Here I sowed some lettuce seeds and they're coming up. I think the birds have had a peck, and so are the slugs. My cosmos and everything finally getting going. These sunflowers are doing great. Now then, down here I have a load of bush beans. because these were supposed to go where the peas were. But because the peas have only just started, their beans needed to go out, so I put them here. These are, I grew a French green bean, a bean called Red Swan, and a bean called Coco de Pampol, which is a drying bean, like a haricot bean or a navy bean, like that you make baked beans with, but only 2 of them germinated. So they're there. Then I had 4 tomato plants that I didn't have room for in the polytunnel, so I brought them here, and they're doing really well. I need to tie them in and start cutting the leaves to minimise the blight risk, because heat and wet weather are a perfect combination for blight. There's these poles on the back of the cucumber bed, and I put sweet peas on them that I had spare, and they've started coming now. I've got white ones here, so that's nice. And then under here I have sown some fennel, bulb fennel, and they've germinated and they're growing really well, and the slugs have not found them. I've put a few pellets down, but I thought the shade from the cucumber plants would protect them and maybe stop them from bolting so fast. I don't know, that's my theory. More flowers. Oh, look at my marigolds there. Look at those marigolds, aren't they beautiful? Deep, deep red. I think there's one there as well called Strawberry Blonde. And again, I sowed so many of them at home, and the slugs had them. But I've got a few coming now, so I've got to be grateful for what I've got. Oh guys, my first tomatoes. These are yellow plum tomatoes. Look at them, yay! This is my sweet corn bed. Originally it was going to be filled with sweet corn, and this bed here was going to be smaller, and the path was going to be here, and then all this was going to be sweet corn. I sowed over 100 seeds, and no, first of all I sowed 90, and I got 16 plants, and these are the taller ones here, you can see up here. And then I thought, you know what, I'm just going to grow some more, stuff it, what have I got to lose? So I put some more in, and these are the little ones here that you see. So I'll have a bit of a sweet corn succession. That was totally unintentional this year. And then I thought, oh gosh, I don't want to leave this bit all bare. I put some sunflowers in to try and help. And then I had some leftover squash, so I put them in as well. I've got courgettes, pumpkins and butternut squash. I'm not sure what's what. I've just put them all in. I know those 2 top ones there are squashes, summer squashes, so these 3 I'm not sure. But they're starting to go now. And I've got some beans in here, and I planted the beans. There's this thing called the 3 Sisters, which is squash, beans and sweet corn, and they're meant to grow really well together. I tried it with climbing beans before, but they grow so much quicker than the sweet corn, so I put bush beans in here this year, so hopefully that will work better. This nasturtium is finally coming, but the birds keep eating it. There's one there as well that they keep on eating, that little one. Got some sunflowers at the end. I had a marigold, but that's gone. That's all that's left of my marigold. Gosh, I weeded here the other day and it's rained. And look at it now, they're all back again. And then I put some onion seeds, spring onion seeds here, and they've germinated really well. I grew some at home and they never came to anything, so I thought, well, I'm just going to re-sow some and chuck them in and see what happens. And yeah, they're coming up. There's another nasturtium that's trying, but the birds are eating that. Then I have my beautiful green beans, tea peas. And these two were really slow to get going, and I thought it was because of my neighbour's tree just there. But it seems these now are doing better than those two. So I've got drying beans, trail of tears and pea beans. I've got purple French beans and I've got helder. I'm not sure if I grew any blue lake this year, green French bean. I'm not sure. It's just I can't remember now, and the labels are down there somewhere. I put some bunting up over my poles, yay! And then I put a pole going across, and I'm training the beans to go over the poles and grow as well. I have been pinching out the tops now so they get bushier. But let me show you my green beans, guys. Look at these. Sorry, that was another train, but look at my loads of green beans come in. So these are helder, and they're a mix between a runner bean and French bean, and they are stringless and gorgeous. The bean inside is white, so you can actually grow them and dry them as a dry bean as well. So very useful to have. If you've just got room to grow one bean, I recommend these. And I know they look massive already, but they maybe get 4 times the size of that. They really fatten up and get a lot longer. Yay! I cannot wait to try them. Some more here. In here I've got a couple of purple beans. Look at those purple flowers, aren't they gorgeous? And these are usually the first beans to come, but they're a bit slower this year, and the helder beat them to it. I would have had these purple beans, I would have been eating these by now. And these are just for drying. Lots of leaves, no flowers yet. I need to pinch out the tops. And then we're back to the front of my allotment, and I've got all my flowers down here. Calendula, Lebanon mist, poppies, cosmos. Look at that Californian poppy. Usually they're orange, but I've got pink and purple ones this year. I need to start deadheading already. What's happened here? Oh, that's growing again. Yeah, see, they're bushing out now. Once you pinch the tops out, they start bushing out again, so you'll have loads more shoots. So, and the flowers come, so I need to pinch the tops off these so they start producing some flowers then. A lavender bush looking like that scary tree out of Harry Potter. Lavender's really late this year. I am just so happy with my plot at the moment. I was really worried that I would not get anything from it this year. But everything's just slow. This is what I expect my allotment to look like in June. And we're in July now, but I have got food growing, and that has just made me really happy. Really happy. But everybody is struggling this year. Ants. If you see ants on your beans, it's a sure sign that you're getting black fly, because the ants harvest them. More beans hiding in there. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have some food, guys. This is so ace. Sorry, this is my bucket of weeds. I pull the weeds, I leave them to die down in the bucket a couple of days, or I leave them out flat on the ground to die, and then I compost them. Everything looks so much greener after it's rained, and you can water your plants and keep them alive, but I always say it's the rainwater that makes them thrive. And I know now the next couple of days we're going to have rain, and hopefully we'll see a massive growth spurt. Okay guys, I am back from the allotment now, and this is the same day as the mango chicken korma that I cooked. We're going to have that now. I picked just a handful of peas. The first ones I ate, they were gorgeous, but I bought some back for my son, and I saved a couple for my dad as well, so he can try them out, because first peas, if you've ever grown peas you'll know what I'm on about. They are just amazing, amazing. You will never get anything like it in the shops, because as soon as you pick them, they start losing their sweetness. So that is what my plot is looking like at the moment. I have got weeds. I'm trying to keep on top of them. I go up there every day, and most of the time it is to weed or trim the grass. I've never trimmed the grass and weeded so much. Right then guys, I'm going to get on with dinner now. So take care, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.